Question 1. Basic insurance principles. Which of the following best explains the concept of indemnity in insurance contracts? The insurer provides the policyholder with more than the actual value of the loss to encourage claims. B. The insurer compensates the policyholder for the loss, restoring them to their original financial position, but no more. C. The insurer pays the policyholder a predetermined amount, regardless of the loss incurred. D. The policyholder must pay a deductible before the insurer compensates for the loss. Answer B. Explanation. Indemnity is a fundamental principle of insurance that ensures a policyholder is compensated only for the actual financial loss suffered, with no opportunity for profit. The goal is to restore the insured to the same financial condition they were in prior to the loss without exceeding the amount. This prevents unjust enrichment and ensures the fairness of the claims process. Option A is incorrect because insurance does not provide more than the loss. Option C is incorrect because a predetermined payout regardless of loss contradicts the principle of indemnity. Option D refers to a deductible, which is a separate concept in insurance. Question 2. Adjusting for different types of claims. Scenario-based question. Mr. Thompson, a commercial property owner, experiences significant water damage to his store due to a broken pipe. The water damage caused destruction to inventory, furniture, and the structure itself. After reporting the claims adjuster evaluates the damages and discovers the broken pipe was located in an area that was not regularly inspected and there was no preventive maintenance. Based on this scenario, which of the following actions should the claims adjuster take when evaluating the claim? A. The adjuster should deny the claim because the pipe was not regularly inspected as part of standard maintenance. B. The adjuster should approve the claim in full since water damage is typically covered by property insurance. C. The adjuster should evaluate the possibility of coverage based on policy exclusions related to maintenance negligence and determine the impact of the failure to inspect. D. The adjuster should approve only the structural damage and deny the inventory and furniture claims assuming those items were damaged by a pre-existing condition. Answer C. Explanation. The claims adjuster should carefully evaluate the terms of the policy to determine whether there are any exclusions related to maintenance negligence. Property insurance policies often have clauses that exclude coverage for damage caused by the failure to properly maintain or inspect the property. In this case, the failure to inspect the pipe might be relevant, but it does not automatically negate coverage for all damages. The adjuster must determine if the damage falls within the policy's coverage after considering any exclusions. Option A is incorrect because it assumes automatic denial due to negligence, which is not always the case. Option B is too simplistic because policy exclusions might apply based on the circumstances. Option D assumes that the items are covered based on pre-existing conditions, which could conflict with the principle of coverage evaluation in light of policy terms. Question 3. Legal and ethical issues in claims adjusting. Which of the following actions best demonstrates the ethical obligation of a claims adjuster under Kentucky's Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act? A. A claims adjuster pressures a claimant to settle for a lower amount than they are entitled to speed up the claims process. B. A claims adjuster offers the maximum policy payout to a claimant immediately after reviewing the initial report without further investigation. C. A claims adjuster denies a claim solely based on an arbitrary deadline imposed by the insurance company. D. A claims adjuster evaluates a claim thoroughly, gathers evidence, and provides a fair settlement offer consistent with the policy terms. Answer D. Explanation. Kentucky's Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act mandates that claims adjusters engage in fair, honest, and thorough evaluation of claims. They are required to investigate claims properly, gather all necessary evidence, and provide settlements that are consistent with the terms of the policy. Pressuring claimants to settle for less. Option A violates the principle of fairness and is unethical. Offering the maximum payout without investigation. Option B is negligent and could lead to improper settlements. Denying a claim based solely on an arbitrary deadline. Option C is an unfair practice as claims should be evaluated based on their merits, not administrative timelines. Therefore, option D represents the correct and ethical approach in line with Kentucky law. Question 4. Claims process and handling. When investigating a claim, which of the following actions would most likely be considered an unethical practice by a claims adjuster? A. Collecting police reports, medical records, and other relevant documents to assess the claim thoroughly. B. Attempting to settle a claim with the policyholder before gathering all necessary evidence. C. Referring a claim to a specialist for further investigation when the adjuster lacks expertise. D. Requesting additional documentation from the claimant to clarify inconsistencies in their statements. Answer B. Explanation. Attempting to settle a claim before gathering all necessary evidence is considered unethical because it undermines the claims process, potentially leading to unfair or inaccurate settlements. Adjusters have an obligation to evaluate all available evidence before making a settlement offer, ensuring the fairness of the process. Option A is standard practice and does not constitute unethical behavior. Option C is appropriate and demonstrates good practice when an adjuster lacks expertise in a particular area. Option D is also a proper part of the claims investigation process to ensure accuracy. Question 5. Estimating damages and losses. Which of the following is true about the use of replacement cost versus actual cash value (SEV) in property insurance claims? A replacement cost always results in a higher payout than actual cash value because depreciation is not considered. B. Actual cash value (SEV) is preferred by insurers because it considers depreciation, making it less expensive for them. C. Replacement cost and SEV are the same for every type of property, so it does not affect the payout. D. Insurers must pay the full replacement cost for every property claim, regardless of policy terms. Answer. B. Explanation. Actual cash value (SEV) takes into account depreciation, meaning that the payout is typically lower than the replacement cost. This makes SEV policies less expensive for insurers, as they pay out less in claims. In contrast, replacement cost policies do not consider depreciation and will typically result in a higher payout. Option A is partially correct in that replacement cost generally results in a higher payout, but it does not explain why. Option C is incorrect because replacement cost and SEV differ depending on the property and policy type. Option D is incorrect because the insurer's obligation to pay the full replacement cost depends on the policy terms. Question 6. Types of insurance coverage. Which of the following insurance policies would most likely cover a policyholder for damages caused by a fire in their home? A. General liability insurance. B. Homeowners insurance. C. Commercial property insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance. Answer. B. Explanation. Homeowners insurance typically covers damages caused by fire, as it is designed to protect the policyholder's home and personal property from risks like fire, theft, and vandalism. General liability insurance, option A, covers third-party injury or property damage, not personal property. Commercial property insurance, option C, applies to business properties, not residential ones. Workers' compensation insurance, option D, covers workplace injuries and does not cover property damage in a home. Question 7. Claims adjuster ethical dilemmas and decision-making. A claims adjuster is faced with a situation where they are being pressured by their supervisor to approve a claim that they believe has questionable validity. The adjuster is aware that denying the claim could result in conflict with their supervisor. Which of the following represents the best ethical course of action? A. Approve the claim to avoid conflict, as the supervisor's decision takes precedence. B. Deny the claim immediately to protect the insurer from unnecessary payouts without further investigation. C. Approve the claim, but secretly note their disagreement in the file for later reference. D. Investigate the claim thoroughly, document their findings, and report their concerns to the appropriate parties, including the supervisor. Answer. D. Explanation. The ethical course of action in this scenario is for the adjuster to thoroughly investigate the claim, document their findings, and express their concerns to the appropriate parties, including the supervisor. This approach ensures that the claim is evaluated fairly, transparently, and in accordance with the insurer's ethical standards. Option A is incorrect because following the supervisor's instruction blindly could lead to unethical behavior. Option B is incorrect because it's unethical to deny a claim without thorough investigation. Option C is also problematic because approving a claim they disagree with, even if noted in the file, does not resolve the ethical dilemma and could compromise the claims process. Question 8. Regulatory and compliance standards. Under Kentucky law, which of the following is most important for claims adjusters to comply with when handling personal health information related to claims? A. The claims adjuster must ensure all medical records are shared with the policyholder upon request. B. The claims adjuster must ensure that all personal health information is kept confidential and shared only when permitted by law. C. The claims adjuster must store health information in a public file to maintain transparency. D. The claims adjuster may freely discuss health information with other parties without restrictions. Answer. B. Explanation. Under the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act (HIPAA), Claims adjusters must ensure that personal health information is kept confidential and only shared when permitted by law. Violating this confidentiality can result in serious legal and financial consequences for both the adjuster and the insurer. Option A is incorrect because the claims adjuster is not required to share medical records with the policyholder unless specifically authorized. Option C is incorrect because storing health information in a public file would violate confidentiality laws. Option D is incorrect because discussing health information without proper authorization would be a violation of privacy laws. Question 9. Property claims. Which of the following is most likely to be excluded from a standard homeowner's insurance policy? A. Damage caused by a tree falling during a storm. B. Flood damage due to heavy rainfall. C. Fire damage from an accidental kitchen fire. D. Theft of personal property from a locked home. Answer B. Explanation. Flood damage is commonly excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies. Homeowners must usually purchase separate flood insurance to be covered for flood-related damages. Option A is incorrect because storm-related damage caused by a falling tree is typically covered by homeowners insurance. Option C is incorrect because fire damage from an accidental kitchen fire is generally covered. Option D is incorrect as theft of personal property from a locked home is typically covered under a standard homeowner's insurance policy. Question 10. Communication skills for claims adjusters. When communicating with a claimant who is emotional and upset after experiencing a significant loss, which of the following actions should the claims adjuster take to ensure effective communication? A. Dismiss the claimant's emotions and focus solely on the technical aspects of the claim. B. Empathize with the claimant, acknowledge their emotions and offer reassurance while still addressing the details of the claim. C. Immediately offer a settlement to calm the claimant down. D. Advise the claimant to seek emotional counseling before continuing the claims process. Answer B. Explanation. Effective communication with a claimant, especially one who is emotional, requires the adjuster to show empathy and acknowledge the claimant's feelings. Reassurance is crucial to maintaining a positive relationship with the claimant while still focusing on the technical aspects of the claim. Option A is incorrect because dismissing the claimant's emotions can create further frustration and hinder communication. Option C is too premature and may not be appropriate until the claim has been thoroughly reviewed. Option D may be helpful in certain cases but is not directly related to the claims process itself. Question 11. Insurance fraud detection. Which of the following is an example of insurance fraud? A. A policyholder misrepresents the value of property to obtain a higher payout on a claim. B. A policyholder requests a claim adjustment after a covered event occurs and provides all necessary documentation. C. A claims adjuster identifies a legitimate claim and processes it in accordance with company guidelines. D. A policyholder reports a minor loss, which is later determined to be outside the policy coverage. Answer A. Explanation. Insurance fraud occurs when someone intentionally provides false information such as misrepresenting the value of property to obtain a higher payout. Option B describes a legitimate claim process. Option C describes a proper adjustment of a legitimate claim. Option D is about a claim that is not covered under the policy, not an example of fraud. Question 12. Legal liability in insurance. Which of the following would most likely fall under liability coverage in a personal auto insurance policy? A. Damage to the policyholder's own car in a collision. B. Injury to a pedestrian caused by the policyholder's driving. C. Theft of the policyholder's vehicle. D. Damage caused to the policyholder's own vehicle in a storm. Answer B. Explanation. Liability coverage in an auto insurance policy covers injuries or damage caused to others by the policyholder. Injury to a pedestrian caused by the policyholder's driving falls under liability coverage. Option A refers to collision coverage, C refers to comprehensive coverage, and D would fall under comprehensive coverage for damage caused by non-collision incidents. Question 13. Deductibles in insurance policies. What is the primary function of a deductible in an insurance policy? A. To reduce the insurance premium. B. To limit the insurer's exposure to high claims. C. To increase the policyholder's payout. D. To require the policyholder to pay an amount of the loss before the insurer pays. Answer D. Explanation. A deductible is the amount the policyholder must pay out of pocket before the insurance company will begin to pay a claim. It is not directly related to reducing premiums. Option A. Limiting insurer exposure to claims. Option B. Or increasing the policyholder's payout. Option C. Question 14. Exclusions in homeowners insurance. Which of the following would most likely be excluded from a standard homeowners insurance policy? A. Vandalism to the exterior of the house. B. Damage caused by an earthquake. C. Water damage from a burst pipe. D. Loss of personal property due to theft. Answer B. Explanation. Earthquake damage is typically excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies. Homeowners who live in earthquake-prone areas must purchase separate earthquake coverage. Option A, C, and D are generally covered under a standard homeowners insurance policy. Question 15. Claims adjustment process. During the claims adjustment process, a claims adjuster finds discrepancies between the claimant's statements and the evidence gathered. What is the most appropriate next step? A. Approve the claim, as discrepancies are common in claims. B. Deny the claim immediately to avoid potential fraud. C. Investigate further by gathering more evidence and asking the claimant for clarification. D. Settle the claim at a lower amount to compensate for the discrepancies. Answer C. Explanation. When discrepancies are found, the most appropriate action is to investigate further, gather more evidence, and seek clarification from the claimant. This ensures the claim is evaluated accurately and fairly. Option A is not advisable, as discrepancies could indicate a problem. Option B is premature and does not account for the need for a thorough investigation. Option D might lead to unfair settlements. Question 16. Underwriting guidelines. Which of the following would most likely be considered a red flag during the underwriting process for a life insurance policy? A. A history of chronic illness is disclosed by the applicant. B. The applicant is an active smoker and has disclosed it in the application. C. The applicant is seeking life insurance for a family member's future care needs. D. The applicant's application shows discrepancies in medical history or financial information. Answer D. Explanation. Discrepancies in medical history or financial information are considered red flags during the underwriting process, as they may suggest the applicant is attempting to hide or misrepresent important details. Options A and B are typical factors that an underwriter would consider, but are not necessarily red flags unless misrepresented. Option C may raise concerns, but isn't automatic a red flag unless there's evidence of misrepresentation. Question 17. Subrogation process. In insurance, what does subrogation refer to? A. The insurer's right to recover costs from a third party responsible for a loss after compensating the insured. B. The process of paying a claim to a policyholder without determining fault. C. The policyholder's right to transfer their insurance claim to another insurer. D. The process of an insurance company selling its claims to another insurer. Answer A. Explanation. Subrogation refers to the insurer's right to recover the amount paid for a claim from a third party that is found to be responsible for the loss. Option B refers to an unprocessed or unclear claims process. Option C is not related to subrogation, as the insured cannot transfer their claim. Option D is not an accurate definition of subrogation. Question 18. Types of property insurance. Which of the following types of insurance would cover damage to a rented apartment caused by a fire that the tenant is not responsible for? A. Renter's insurance. B. Landlord's insurance. C. Commercial property insurance. D. Auto insurance. Answer A. Explanation. Renter's insurance typically covers a tenant's personal property and liability. It may also cover damage caused by certain events such as fire, even if the tenant is not responsible for causing it. Landlord's insurance, option B, covers the building but not the tenant's personal property. Commercial property insurance, option C, covers business property. And auto insurance, option D, does not cover property damage in a rented apartment. Question 19. Replacement cost coverage. Under replacement cost policy, which of the following would be reimbursed? A. The original cost of a damaged item minus depreciation. B. The original cost of a damaged item with no depreciation taken into account. C. The actual cash value of the damaged item. D. The cost to repair the damaged item rather than replace it. Answer B. Explanation. Replacement cost coverage pays the amount needed to replace damaged or lost property with new items of similar kind and quality without taking depreciation into account. Option A and C refer to actual cash value policies, which subtract depreciation. Option D refers to the decision of whether to repair or replace, but replacement cost refers to replacement of the item, not just repair. Question 20. Claims adjuster best practices. Which of the following is a key best practice for claims adjusters when managing a large volume of claims during a natural disaster? A. Prioritize claims based on the policyholder's financial status. B. Focus on the first claims received and work through them in the order they were submitted. C. Process claims efficiently while ensuring all policies and damages are thoroughly reviewed for accuracy. D. Delay the claims process until the adjuster has sufficient time to thoroughly inspect each case. Answer: C. Explanation. Best practice for claims adjusters, especially during a crisis like a natural disaster, is to process claims efficiently while ensuring all policies are reviewed thoroughly to ensure accurate assessments of damages. Option A is incorrect because financial status should not affect claim processing. Option B may lead to unfair prioritization. Option D is problematic because it delays claims resolution when timeliness is critical. Question 21. Policy limits. Which of the following best describes policy limits in an insurance contract? A. The amount an insured pays out of pocket before the insurer pays a claim. B. The maximum amount an insurer will pay for a covered loss or claim. C. The minimum premium an insured must pay to maintain coverage. D. The amount an insurer charges for providing coverage. Answer: B. Explanation. Policy limits define the maximum amount the insurer will pay for a covered loss or claim. Option A describes a deductible. Option C refers to a premium, and option D is the cost of insurance, not the limit. Question 22. Comprehensive auto insurance. Which of the following would most likely be covered under comprehensive auto insurance? A. Collision with another vehicle. B. Theft of the vehicle. C. Damage caused by a pothole. D. Injuries sustained by a pedestrian hit by the insured's vehicle. Answer: B. Explanation. Comprehensive auto insurance covers damages to the insured's vehicle caused by non-collision events such as theft, vandalism, or natural disasters. Option A refers to collision insurance. Option C could also be covered under collision insurance. Option D falls under liability coverage. Question 23. Risk management techniques. Which of the following is an example of risk transfer? A. Purchasing insurance to cover potential losses. B. Installing safety measures to reduce the likelihood of accidents. C. Setting aside savings to self-insure against potential risks. D. Avoiding risky activities altogether. Answer: A. Explanation. Risk transfer occurs when the financial burden of a potential loss is shifted to another party, such as an insurance company, by purchasing a policy. Options B and C are examples of risk mitigation and retention, respectively, and D is risk avoidance. Question 24. Endorsements in insurance. An insurance endorsement is A. A separate policy that replaces the original insurance contract. B. An agreement that modifies the terms or coverage of an existing insurance policy. C. A legal document cancelling the policy coverage. D. The total amount paid by the insured over the policy term. Answer: B. Explanation. An endorsement modifies the terms or coverage of an existing policy either by adding or restricting coverage. It does not replace the original contract. A. Cancel the policy. C. Or relate to the total amount paid. D. Question 25. Actual cash value, SEV. Which of the following best defines actual cash value, SEV, in an insurance policy? A. The cost to replace an item regardless of depreciation. B. The replacement cost minus depreciation. C. The full market value of an item at the time of purchase. D. The cost to repair or replace an item, including inflation. Answer: B. Explanation. SEV represents the replacement cost of an item minus depreciation. Option A describes replacement cost coverage. Option C is not specific to ACV, and option D involves inflation, which is not typically included in ACV calculations. Question 26. Flood insurance coverage. Which statement is true regarding flood insurance under a standard homeowners insurance policy? A. Flood insurance is automatically included in standard policies. B. Flood insurance must be purchased separately. C. Flood damage is covered if caused by a hurricane. D. Flood insurance is not available for residential properties. Answer: B. Explanation. Flood insurance is not included in standard homeowners policies and must be purchased separately, often through the National Flood Insurance Program and FIP. Option A is incorrect, and C and D do not reflect standard insurance practices. Question 27. Coinsurance in property insurance. What does the coinsurance clause in property insurance typically require? A. The insured and the insurer share the cost of claims equally. B. The insured carries a minimum amount of insurance relative to the property's value. C. The insurer pays all claims regardless of the insured amount. D. The insured pays a percentage of every claim. Answer: B. Explanation. The coinsurance clause requires the insured to carry a specified minimum amount of insurance relative to the property's value, usually 80%, 90%, or 100%. Failure to do so may result in reduced claim payouts. Options A and D describe cost sharing in health insurance, not property insurance. Question 20. Umbrella insurance. Which of the following is true about umbrella insurance? A. It only covers liability claims not covered by other policies. B. It provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of other policies. C. It is a mandatory policy for all homeowners. D. It replaces primary liability insurance. Answer: B. Explanation. Umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of underlying policies, such as auto or homeowners insurance. It does not replace primary liability insurance. D. Nor is it mandatory. C. Option A is incorrect because umbrella insurance often extends coverage rather than solely covering exclusions. Question 29. Insurance agent's fiduciary duty. What is one fiduciary duty of an insurance agent? A. To ensure maximum profitability for the insurer. B. To provide unbiased advice in the best interest of the client. C. To approve claims on behalf of the insurance company. D. To create new insurance policies without insurer approval. Answer: B. Explanation. Insurance agents have a fiduciary duty to provide advice that is in the best interest of their clients. Options A and D do not represent fiduciary duties, and option C is the role of claims adjusters, not agents. Question 30. Business interruption insurance. What does business interruption insurance typically cover? A. Loss of inventory due to theft or vandalism. B. Loss of income and operating expenses during a period of business shutdown. C. Property damage from natural disasters. D. Costs related to employee training after a disaster. Answer: B. Explanation. Business interruption insurance covers the loss of income and operating expenses when a business is forced to shut down temporarily due to a covered event. Options A and C are covered under property insurance, while D is typically not covered.